Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I made this beautiful body polish luxury for a beautiful glow. If you're a bride and your wedding is forthcoming, this will be a beautiful choice for you. Also, if you are looking up to bless your skin with nature's herbs, then this will be very okay for you. In this formula, I'll be using salicylic acid, which is actually an exfoliant, a BHA that can actually help cases like acne, giving you deep exfoliation, helping to exfoliate the upmost layer of the skin and helping the skin area to glow, also helping to treat dark spots and the likes. Now, I'm first going to be dissolving my salicylic acid powder. I want this particular polish to be used, let's say, once or twice a week. So using salicylic acid here is very okay for me. In order to dissolve my salicylic acid, I'm going to be weighing out my propylene glycol. Propylene glycol is a solvent that is capable of dissolving salicylic acid. It's also a product enhancer and a penetration enhancer. I'm going to pour this into the salicylic acid powder, and then I'm just going to give it a continuous stir until the salicylic acid dissolves completely. In dissolving salicylic acid, you do not need heat. You only need a continuous stirring. Once you stop stirring, the process is slower. So you need to just continuously stir in order to dissolve it faster and completely. If you have an overhead stirrer, it may make the work easier for you because you can just automatically stir while you keep doing something else. If not, you just have to keep doing this stirring. In about 15 minutes, the salicylic acid crystals should be completely clear. If it is not clear, it is not suitable to use because the crystals may actually give some kind of micro tears, which may actually cause more harm than the intended good of the salicylic acid. So ensure that it's completely clear and no crystals can be seen at all. Once my salicylic acid is completely clear, I'm going to add other ingredients to it. The next ingredient I'll be adding here is my vegetable glycerin. Vegetable glycerin is a humectant that is capable of drawing water from the atmosphere to your skin. So simply put, that the salicylic acid in this product would not dry out the skin very much because our vegetable glycerin will be helping to do the hydration. Next, I'm going to be adding polysorbate 80 into this. I want this to act as a solubilizer just in case I have any other ingredient that may probably not combine together, so that they can actually help me do the good work. So polysorbate 80 and vegetable glycerin in this beaker, I will transfer it into my salicylic acid and propylene glycol. This will give me an emulsified textured oil water. I don't know what to call it, whether oil, water, but it looks like this. A thick kind of emulsion liquid. This will form my base for my body polish. Note, a body polish is actually not a scrub. The difference happens that scrubs have an abrasive agent like sugar, salt, coffee and all of that. While the body polish may look like a scrub, it is not because of the absence of the abrasive ingredient. Although some people may refer to their scrubs as also a body polish. Now I'm going to take out a beaker and weigh out all the herbs I'm going to be using here. The first herb I'm using here is cinnamon. First, I like the cinnamon smell, and then I also like the fact that it has antibacterial and antifungal properties. I'm going to be using a lot of herbs in this polish because I want to actually bless my skin with herbs. We don't get to see most of these ingredients in our regular day skincare products, so more reason I choose to use this in a polish so that I will get all the goodness that I can from these nature's herbs. Cinnamon powder has great antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory properties. Cinnamon can also help your skin revive faster. So if you have a dull looking skin, you can use cinnamon to help restore your skin's brightness. I changed the beaker because I now be using more herbs. So here I have my cinnamon powder first. I made something like this particular product around 3 years ago on this channel, and I called it the goodness in a jar. If that was the goodness in a jar, I think this should be kindness in a jar because it was a lot. The next I'm going to be adding here is rice powder. Rice happens to do a lot for the skin, especially for brightening the skin and exfoliating. It's kind of a very light abrasive ingredient. It is not as smooth as the other herbs, but not as granulated as sugar, salt, and all of that. But it has this crispy feel on the skin that helps it slug out dead skin cells from the skin. So it acts as a brightener, also acts as an antioxidant, and acts as an exfoliating ingredient. I'm adding this rice powder to my group of herbs. The next powder I'll be using here is neem powder. Neem powder is often underrated in skincare, probably maybe because it's cheap, or probably it's because it's readily available. But neem is one ingredient that happens to be magic, both in your hair, in your skin, and even orally. Neem has antibacterial properties, it has antifungal properties, it has anti-inflammatory properties, and it has lots more properties. Neem powder can help you cleanse your skin from the likes of rashes, eczemas, and all of that. Neem can also help you treat your acne, help you rejuvenate your skin, help give that glow, and heal your skin of every kind of wound, pain, inflammation, redness, and all of that. Neem is very rich, and when used in product like this, it's actually a breath of success. This neem powder is looking this dark because it was sun-dried. You can opt for the dehydrated neem that still has its preserved green color. Next, I'm going to be using amla powder. Amla is beautiful in all aspects for your hair, for your skin, and of course, it's a must-have for me in this body polish. Next is soybean powder. Many formulators are beginning to add this goodness into their products right now, especially their toners, and it does a lot of job in helping to brighten the skin. Also contains a great deal of antioxidants for the skin. Here is a potent brightener. It also has other benefits for the skin as well. Next on our herb list is turmeric. I'm using a lower percentage of turmeric here because it will stain. So if you do not want that stain, you may just opt out turmeric from your formula. Although I like it because whether we like it or not, turmeric has that brightening property, that brightening effect. So I'm adding this small percentage, but if you don't like it, you may just remove it from the formula, or you may even choose to use the synthetic version or the synthesized version of turmeric powder, which is curcumin powder. The next here is my clay, and for this polish I'm going to be using kaolin clay. Like, what is a body polish without a clay that will help to detoxify? What is that body polish without a clay that will help to smoothing? I'm definitely using a clay, and you can choose whatever clay you like: green clay, rose clay, bentonite. Here I'm using kaolin. The next one is my Dead Sea mud, which is also a clay, but a muddish clay, and this is how we look. This one gives intense detoxification, and since we have salicylic acid in this formula, helping salicylic acid, this mud will do just great. Trust me, it will do super great. It's very beautiful for your marks, your polish, and whatever, even in your soaps. The next here is my green tea extract. What is this polish without a green tea extract? And then next is my camwood powder. A lot of you sleep on this powder, using it just for your black soaps. This is very good in your body polishes and in your scrub. And I cannot even overemphasize on this particular powder. I mashed it to become powdery so that it can be well incorporated into this product. Imagine the herbs that have gone into this jar already. We have soybean, don't forget. We have amla. We have the Dead Sea mud. We have green tea. Man, this is already beautiful. Don't forget, we also have cinnamon, we have rice powder, we have amla, and still counting, we have turmeric. So now this is our camwood powder. This powder has a lot of benefits First, it exfoliates the skin. Secondly, it brightens so well. Whenever you're making a product like this or even your black soaps, please don't forget your camwood powder. It is so nice. The next on the list is a surfactant. I wouldn't want to use a polish that will just stick to my skin. I want something that can be easily rinsed off when water comes in contact with it. So I'm going to be using SCI powder. Because it's clumpy, I'm going to match it with my porcelain mortar and pestle so that I do not have to melt too much crumbs while mixing my polish. So after getting off the crumbs, I'm going to be adding my SCI powder into the midst of the jar. So this way, after using my polish, I just had to rinse off with water so seamlessly. It doesn't have to be too hard for me. Last but not the least, I'm going to be using cloves powder. Cloves is so beautiful in every aspect. It will also help your hormones. Yes, it will help your hormones. It will help your mood. It will help to exfoliate the skin. It will help to brighten your skin, help you fight diseases that you cannot even see. Now, this is a lot goodness in this jar already, and I cannot wait for this to bless my skin. These are all the herbs we'll be having here right now. The next thing, I'm going to bring back my base containing the salicylic acid, propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, and polysorbate 80, forming this thick liquidy oil. So next, I'm going to be adding my powders into this base and giving it a good stir. You can actually make a good selection of your powders. You can choose to reduce them if you do not have all of them. You can also choose to substitute them and use the one you can get around you. You can also choose to add more if you want. The body polish does not have any restrictions so long as you use herbs that are beneficial to you. So having them in this base, I'm going to give it a good mix. After mixing for a while, this is how this particular herb mix is supposed to look like. Hey, if this is your first time stopping by on this channel, welcome. Here is Primeside. On this channel, I share natural, effective recipes and formulas for your skin, your hair, and cosmetics in general. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always watching my videos. Don't forget that learning does not stop here. You can explore our cosmetic ebooks and even our diploma courses. Also, you can source your raw material for your formulations from our website. The link is right in the description box. You can also send us a WhatsApp message if you have any inquiries whatsoever of our services. The links to all you need is right there in the description box. Please, if you've not subscribed, help me subscribe. Click the subscribe button right now. Also help me to like this video. It helps us to do better. And then leave a comment in the comment section. This will mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. My immense gratitude to all of you. Now back to our formula. This is what we got after some time of mixing. Although I haven't really mixed this really hard, you can continue mixing. You can also choose to leave your polish like this if you want. So all you need to do is just to wet your skin before using. But if not, you can add water. I'm adding my water here, but that water actually contains a lot of other ingredients. I pre-made them for something, but I chose to use them in this formula. But you can choose to use your water, hydrosol, maybe rose water, or any choice. If you want to use your polish in a short time, let's say 2 weeks, 1 week. But if not, I don't think you should add any water. Probably you can add more glycerin to it until you get your desired texture. So for this, I'm going to be using it up within a short period of time. I am my family, so I am adding water to this, and this will cause us to also add preservative to this. But if you know you're going to be using it up for a short time, you may really not need to add preservatives. So this is the texture I got from this. It's already looking really muddy, and that's because we have some mud and clays inside of this recipe. Next, I'm going to be adding my essential oils and my preservative. For this particular formula, I use tea tree essential oil and peppermint essential oil. The tea tree was to foster the antibacterial properties of this polish, while the peppermint was to give that smooth, relaxing feel. Remember, this is mostly used in the spas, and you have to have this finished minty feel at the end of the day. I also tossed in some preservative, and here I use Gemal Plus, which is a broad spectrum preservative and can actually help to prevent growth of microorganisms in this polish. Last but not the least, we are going to be checking the pH of this particular product. Remember, it has water in it, and we need to know the best pH at which our ingredients will work best, especially for the fact that we have salicylic acid in this formula. So I'm quickly going to get a beaker, add some water into it, take a little portion of body polish, dissolve it in the water, and check the pH. Checking the pH with a litmus paper, this gave us a pH of around 6.5. If you should match this against the strip, you can also use your pH meter to get a precise pH. However, this pH is very okay for our herbs to do well on our skin, and also for the salicylic acid to be functional in this product. I'm going to be serving this into a jar. I would advise you to leave this for a while to actually settle in, because I found out that it actually swelled up after some time, which would allow the whole powders to sit well into themselves. So you can leave for around 2 to 5 hours before you package this into your container. Now this product is ready to be used. To use this, you can just wet your skin and apply this all over your body, scrubbing really hard. Yes, you can scrub hard with this because it does not contain any abrasive ingredient. It is not a scrub, so you can use it to polish your skin as hard as you can. Please, not so hard, but yeah, you can go hard on like using a scrub. Then after this, you can leave it on your skin for around 10 to 20 minutes and then rinse off afterwards. You can do this before you have your normal bath or after you have your normal bath. It is okay for you. You can use this on your face and every other part of your body, especially parts that are darker than the others. Every skin type can also use this, but you do not have to use this every day. You can use it twice or even once in a week. Also, the turmeric content here may actually stain your bathtub, so please take note of that. It can also stain your finger. The stains will definitely leave after around 2 days, but if you don't want any of such, you can just opt out turmeric from this recipe. This would be the end of this particular video. I hope you like. If you did, please don't forget to give this a thumb up and also subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll be right there. Thank you so much for watching to this episode. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Take care and bye.